Day, McVeigh. Happy Thursday. Good morning, boys and girls. So I'm going to start out with a super cool project by Nusaiba, who made a model of the third grade hallway, which is accurate. So it's the yellow hallway. Here are the doors to the classrooms. And so this would be room 214. Here's room 216. To 218, and across the hall from 214 is 215, the classroom that Nusaiba's in. And then you go inside and you can see the teacher. There's Miss Costa and Mr. Leonardi, who's sitting at the table working with students. There's the students' desks. There's also Nusaiba. Then there's the whiteboard in the back. And there's a little narrative that goes along. It says, Mighty Mind is walking in the hallway and is checking on the classrooms. Then Mighty Mind stopped in room 215. There's Mighty Mind right outside room 215. And if I could hold this properly, you might see that Mighty Mind opened the door to 215 and is ready to walk in. You see that? This is awesome. Super well done, Nusaiba. This is really awesome. And I love that you also gave us the story that goes along with it. And then, switching gears, we have a project on the Titanic, which was a ocean liner, a very big cruise ship that sank. And this is by Nadine and Asia, and also Kaylin. So, some fun facts about the Titanic. It sank on April 15th, 1912. So we're talking over 100 years ago, 113 to be exact. There were 2,208 people that were on the Titanic, and it actually hit an iceberg. There were 20 lifeboats that could fit 64 people each. And unfortunately, the Titanic, when it hit the iceberg, it sank. And the water was very cold. All right, so super job and a lovely drawing as well. And speaking of lovely drawings, check this out. This is by Emmanuel in fourth grade. Wowza. Amazing. This is fun facts about the T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex. So this was a large predatory dinosaur. Well, most dinosaurs were predatory. But this was a super duper big one. And so frightening to look at for sure. They lived in Western North America. So we live in North America on the eastern side. The western side, we're talking the other side of our country by the Pacific Ocean. So those would be states like California, Washington, Utah, all the way on the West Coast. Let's see. And they lived in America approximately 68 million years ago. I mean, think about that. 68 million years ago. Their teeth were about 12 inches long. So I'm going to give you a perspective here. Imagine having a tooth, one tooth, this big. That's a massive tooth. That's what the T-Rex had. And having 55 of those. Woo! So, yes. And how do we know that the T-Rex lived? Well, we have fossils. And archaeologists, they dig and they find the fossils, and then they put them together and they figure out how big the T-Rex was. All right. And then finally for today, Hafsa in room 124 wrote a little note about having a good day for herself, but also for others. Just took a little time. Dear McVeigh, I had a good day. I hope you did too. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing you can do at any point to be kind. Now, before we move on to the mystery number, and Wordle. I want to give a shout out to room 204 because I thought this was a Mighty Mind project. This was a very uniquely folded up piece of paper, and it said name inside. So I thought it was a Get Smart project. So I was going to put it on the show for today. So when I went to open it up to find the name, I realized it was actually the mystery number and Wordle correct answer from last week. So sorry about that. I thought it was something else. All right, moving on to the mystery number and Wordle. So what we learned is that this letter is a vowel, and it's not one of the ones we see all the time. But, you know, it's pretty common. So this is an O. So the most common vowels are E and A. E is the most. A is the second most. I and O are pretty similar. All right, U is the least common. All right, so here's my clue for today. The letter that I put after the O in my word makes the O keep its sound. So it's going to sound like a long O. And it's a consonant, and it's not a common consonant. It's an uncommon consonant. Okay. Mystery number, 2 digits, tens place and ones place are odd. Okay, here we go. Our tens place is a homonym. Our ones place has a double vowel. All right, you know what? Since we're missing 2 days this week, I'm going to give one more clue. My second letter here is the most common consonant. All right, now it's time for a Mighty Kind Moment of the Day. Let's get a drum roll. Da, da, da. So the Mighty Kind Moment of the Day is from Jillian in room 24. Made a beautiful little picture for us. It's a nice ice cream cone. Be kind. See that? Be kind. Yep. Why? Because you're a mighty mind. But not only that, a mighty kind, mighty mind. And every day, boys and girls, it's a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. Let's have a wonderful day.